All right, so why was the entire attack on Phryxia such a disaster? First off, the plan. Phryxia is about to launch their world tree. They call it Realm Breaker. It's built to connect their plane of extraordinarily infectious robot zealots to every plane in the multiverse, to infect those planes and to spread their grand completion. So how do you stop that from happening? Due to the infectious nature, war seems like a bad idea. The more bodies you throw at it, the more likely they'll be completed and you'll lose. And so Jace goes with the heist option, or reverse heist. They're going to drop off a bomb. They've gotten confirmation, be it from Koth and Malira, that the Realm Breaker is not yet at the point where it's spreading its thing to every universe, and they have time to be able to blow it up. And they've gotten a Silex from Karn to be able to do so. So Jace recruits Sneaky Squad. You got Kaido, who's sneaky and can also control materials to prevent infection. You have Nahiri, who is a nuke and also really good at controlling the artifice of the planet. Lithomancer, but basically the same thing. Jace, who can mind control all things around them to be invisible, super sneaky. Kaya, who is both sneaky and assassin and can turn intangible and therefore cannot be infected. Koth, who's been fighting the fight and is also immune and is a local. Elsbeth, also immune, also has access to a material called Halo that gives a somewhat reprise from being infected, and controls Luxiora Blade designed specifically to defeat Phyrexians. You have Tyvar, who can commune with different materials, including ones that make him immune. He has material control, and he also is the expert on the tree they're trying to kill. He knows what this tree is and how it works. You have the Wanderer, who is basically Kaido's best friend, also has a little bit of an understanding on unstable portals, which is tree related, and is a pretty powerful warrior, and has a relationship to the reality chip, which is one of the main tools they're using to complete Phyrexian, so maybe can be an expert there. She's a little bit of a weird one. You have Luca, who's really just all of Jace's insecurities in a person. Jace has never led a sneaky strike team, and so he wanted to find someone that has worked in the military and worked on military strikes before for assistance and support. He also has an ability to dominate wildlife, so maybe Jace thought that was useful. And then you have Nissa, which from the perspective of Jace, Nissa is good at tree things, and they're going to kill a tree. Normally, Nissa makes trees go vroom, but maybe she would be able to help destroy it. But she was the mistake. I mean, some of these others, like Luca, were a mistake, because once they get to the tree, they act weird. It's already reaching to other planes, meaning, oh wait, our plan to blow up this bull will destroy them, and that seems to be not part of the plan, or wasn't something they considered. In the meantime, Nissa, one of the main characters of Magic and one of the main green mages we've seen for years, was completed off screen. And so my theory is that the plan would have worked if they had not brought Nissa, because and you're gonna have to like for part 2, it's in the comments, but that's part 1. Welcome to part 2 of why Nissa is the key to why the strike team failed to defeat Phyrexia. Previously on this video series, Jace put a strike team together. It's a backwards heist. He recruited them heist style. They all had useful skills, including Nissa, whose job normally is to make trees go vroom, and he's hoping that she is able to help destroy the tree. Now, one of the fascinating things about Nissa in this story is that she's completed off screen. The last we see of Nissa before we see her under control of Elishnorn, looking like this, so pretty far down completion, is immediately after the strike team first starts their expedition. Almost instantly, her and Luca are teleported to the hunter zone level, the hunter's maze. And with what seems like hours, Luca has already completed himself, exposed her to both Glissa and Vornaclex, and they're hunting her, and that is the last time we see her. But when the group went on this mission to begin with, they had a plan that made sense. We're going to blow the Silex up at the tree. We have time to get there before it's going to reach out of the planes. It's definitely not doing it yet. And this Silex is so dangerous, and we know that. So if the tree is reaching the other planes, we don't want to use it on the tree at that point, because it'll kill everyone. It'll kill all those planes as well. That's the final conflict of all of the stories, is they get there, the tree is reaching out to all these other planes. They then decide pretty unanimously, other than Jace, who's about to be completed and lost the love of his life, that no, this is a bad idea. We got to figure something else. And Jace is like, no, I'm going to do this anyways. And that's why Elishnorn sacrifices herself. When I say Elishnorn, I meant Elsbeth. Elsbeth grabs the Silex and teleports herself to the Blind Eternities, and we don't know what's going to happen to her. She's going to become an angel. But team agrees. Jace does it anyways. Doesn't go well. But it's weird when you read it, because you're like, wait, wasn't this a possibility? Did you not have a plan? And I think the reason is because they didn't even think the World Breaker was close to going to other places. They thought they had plenty of time. And the key to that puzzle is Nissa. Because as I said, Nissa's power suite isn't hurt tree, it's make tree go vroom. So by them all teleporting early, Nissa getting completed almost instantly, within hours of them getting there. Elishnorn is given enough time to use her to significantly increase the timeline to make it so that the Worldbreaker, making it so that the Worldbreaker is already reaching other universes by the time the strike team even gets close to being there. And it's nick of time stuff. Like, literally, it's stated as they get there, like, Johnny and Tybalt are there to stall them just long enough for the tree to start reaching to other planes. Which is both why once they get there, like, oh, this failed, we can't use the Silex, and Jace is still like, no, we're going to use it anyways, and they make the snap decision then. They didn't have a plan for it because their plan was they should be able to get there without an issue. This is why the story ends on that image of Nissa being used to hyper-power the tree. Is it a weird storytelling choice to not lay some of this out? Maybe. Is it partially being saved as a reveal for the next set of stories? Maybe. Was it dubbed to bring the almost god-tier level tree mage that can make trees go super powerful to the extremely infectious land of the Phyrexians? Yes.